welcome to W&A Studios. We're broadcasting live and we're glad you're with us. Now, before we jump in, we're brought to you by A&W Root Beer since 1919. It's a refreshing drink. You should try it sometime. I'm the lead anchor, Gus, and we have some exciting news today and some rather rare news. But before we get to that, first we have a special guest with us today. We have a robber baron, yes, a true robber baron. His name is Jillian McFillan. Jill, come have a seat. Jillian is going to share with us some tips on how to become a robber baron. Jill, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Gus. I mean, I had a long flight, and I'm sorry, I'm not much of a complainer, so I'm doing well.
Now, it's been rumored that you flew in from nowhere, and our viewers are really wanting to know. We've received a ton of emails, and they're all wondering, where exactly is nowhere located?
I mean, it's simple. It's just simple. There's only two things you have to know and have to be willing to do to become a robber baron, or to further the process of becoming a robber baron. I mean, do you think the audience would like to know?
I believe the audience is at the edge of their seats.
I mean, the two things you must be willing to do is, first, you must be willing to leave your child at the gas station. You must be willing to do that. Do you think you could do that, Gus?
I'm not for sure. That would be tough. I would have to be in the situation, and I still don't know if I could do it.
Well, I know what you mean. But the second thing is you must be able to shoot a guard.
Now, for the listeners at home, these are going to be some pretty tough tasks. I mean, not your normal person is just going to be able to do this without maybe some training. So, if you could share maybe how you built up the courage to do these things?
Courage? I have courage for days. You know as well as I do that I'm the most wealthiest man in the world, and my job is all about risk. I mean, if I didn't have courage for days, as I do, then I wouldn't be nowhere near where I'm at today. I mean, riddle me this. I made over 24 figures. 24 last year. 24 figures? 24. Can you comprehend how much that really is?
I can't even fathom that. I didn't even know there was that much money.
This might be hard to believe, but I had 14 and a half scientists. One of them was a midget. But I had 14 and a half scientists do research on this. And 14 of them was 99% sure, and one of them was 100% sure. If you would like, I could do some research on my own real quick, and I could tell you if I am 100% sure.
That's fine. Take your time. Do what you need to do. We have plenty of time.
Man.
That's fine. It's fine.
Oh, man. It's not in this class.
We're very glad to have you, Joe. Very glad.
I'm never that good without my glasses.
I understand.
They're like my thinking glasses.
Now back to what you were saying. What were these scientists? What did they research?
What did they research? Did I not tell you?
You didn't share.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, they researched that if they took all the water out of the earth and filled it up with my money, it would fill it up. Fill it up right to the top.
So you're saying if you took all the water out of all the oceans and seas in the entire world, and it was just completely empty, you could fill all that space with your physical dollar bills.
Yes.
On top of each other. Just piled up.
Yes.
That is just amazing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry to say this or ask this question, but may I have something to drink?
All right, that'd be fine.
All right, thank
That's why we have two, sir. That's why we have two.
A&W?
A&W.
This is my favorite drink.
No way.
I mean, this, you know what this means, don't you?
What is that?
This must be the drink of a robber baron. And you know why that is?
Why is that, sir?
Because you know as well as I do, I'm the only robber baron. I think I can never get enough of the A&W.
I know what you mean, sir. Now, before we get carried away, let's learn a little about your family. Is it tough for them? Is it tough to be a part of the richest family in the world? I mean, do they often try to get mugged at knife point, maybe gunpoint? Do they get harmed often? How's it like coping with that?
I mean, family smamily. Sometimes they're nice, and other times I just don't know about them. Because, I mean, take last week, for instance. They asked if they could borrow $100 to, I don't even know what it was, hire a painter or something just out of the roof. And I was trying to tell them that if I gave them that $100, I might not be a robber baron, so I just couldn't risk it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not about to give up that position. So, I mean, family's family.
That's well put. Now, if we could get into how you became a robber baron, how exactly did you do it? Because it's obviously something that most people can't do. So just maybe run through the timeline of what exactly happened. How did you get there?
All right, 1918, for instance. I was a middle American the middle class. I was a middle class American making about $50,000 a year. I don't know. I made a small investment that, I was taking a leap of faith in this investment. I actually invested in the A&W company.
No kidding.
I invested $2.6 billion in A&W in 1918, and little did I know, biggity, did it not go up in 1919 to be worth over $100 million. And after that, I didn't know what to do with it, so I didn't know what to do with that $100 billion, so I just started digging a hole in the ground with a bulldozer. And after I started digging a hole in the ground, when I was halfway there to the 10 feet I was trying to bury, or dig, may I say, I ran into oil. And as you know, some people say oil is money, but I like to say oil equal black gold.
Wow.
That's what I like to say.
Man, that's catchy.
So I had this crazy idea that maybe if I mix my 100 billion in with my gas or my oil, I must say that maybe it would equal something greater, and I could never run out of money because I had that oil with $100 billion in it. And alright, now the true reason I'm rich, you're not going to believe this, but do you know what happened after I mixed my oil and $100 billion?
I'm unaware.
It turned into what I like to call premium gas. Yes, I'm the only person in the world who has premium gas, and no one else knows how to make it. So, you know what that means? That I'm an important man in this world. I'm on top of the human chain of money.
Now, some people would consider you a monopoly. Is that true?
It depends on how you look at it. I could be a monopolier, or I might even just be the richest man in the world, and they might be jealous. I'm going to have to go with some people are just jealous.
I understand. Well, Jillian, we've been glad to have you, but we've run out of time. We're gonna have to switch to our weatherman real quick. So for some other news, we're gonna switch over to Ryan McFadden.